skill in our economy here and set up my own company in Kenya. Okay. So, and you find at the end of the day, I'm going to create jobs here. I'm going to even build more skills for our people in our country. So I look at this deal not only just for whether Germans are giving contradictory views over the deal, but I look at the broader perspective that this deal has more to take for us as a country in terms of skills transfer, in terms of increased cooperation between our government and their government, and also to put our skills out there to the world to see what Kenyans can do in an economy.
Fair enough. Honorable
first is to also congratulate Raila Odinga for accompanying the president and for being very fluent in German language. I think that was great. Personally, I didn't know that Raila Odinga is such well versed with the German language.
Well, it's cool.
I think that was a great moment out there representing the people of Kenya, and I most sincerely thank him and congratulate him. It is good also to ask ourselves, how many countries in East and Central Africa have signed such an agreement with with Germany or any other European nation? None. Zero. None. It's only Kenya. So I think it is to congratulate, first of all, to congratulate the president and his administration for this kind of work he has done. And let's also run to look at things from the positive side. Okay. Let's run also to look at the glass half full instead of half empty. Okay? It depends from where, how you want to look at things always. It's a very good step in the right direction. Okay. That we have a well-structured labor mobility agreement between Kenya and Germany, where people can go and work of different skills, semi-skilled, skilled. There is a lot of opportunities in Germany as far as the agricultural sector is concerned, hospitality industry is concerned. These are industries in Germany which can take many Kenyans. And I know in my place where I come from, where I represent, Jeremiah Nyaga Institute, as an agreement, technical institute, as an agreement with a German organization to train a student in technical courses, tailor-made to the German market, at the same time to train them in German language.
Fair enough.
So let other technical institutes across the country also have such kind of agreement, so that we can have smooth transition from the training to the job market.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. Now, let's get to the business that brought us here this particular morning, because there seems to be a simmering ground in regards to who speaks for the mountain or who speaks on behalf of the mountain. The Deputy President for some time has been talking about, the unity of the region and him ensuring that the region fully benefits from, voting for the government. Now, I'd have loved to start with you, Mr. Zark, but I want to hear from the horse's mouth, because Honorable Geoffrey Ruku, you led a section of legislators from Mount Kenya East region to say, or rather in saying that moving forward, the CS for Interior, Professor Kindiki Kithure, is now your link to the president. Yes. Why not the deputy president?
Hans Morgenthau, in his book, Politics Among Nations of 1979, defines politics as allocation of resources authoritatively. That's the definition of politics. We have realized and we have come to full realization from 1963 up to now, Mount Kenya East has never benefited fully on resource allocation. And we have said politics is about resource allocation. And these resources allocation are allocated authoritatively. So we have decided we have enough voting numbers. We can choose the course to take so that we can get these resources, so that we can get dams for our people, irrigation projects, because in most of our side does not have enough water. so that we can get our own stomached, so that we can get electricity connections in our households, so that we can ensure there is enough resources within our region for our people to feel they have been well represented in government. We have been having several governments within the region. Jomo Kenyatta government, Mwai Kibaki government, Uhuru Kenyatta government, coming from the region. We had 2 deputy presidents, Vice President Mwai Kibaki, and now we have Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. We had also another Vice President, Josephat Karaja. But having been part of the region, we have, in most cases, over the years, been taken only as a voting machines. Once we vote, we form a government, we are told we are part and parcel of it. When it comes to the resources allocation, we have been given positions, ministerial position over the years. Yes, but when it comes to proper resources allocation, that is something which has been missing. And as a person who have been in school, who have studied some level of what politics is about allocation of resources authoritatively.
Now, let me ask you.
My brother Zach, you will have Karimeno Dam. Then the entire Mount Kenya region, we are told it is sorted. We have Ripan Dam. The entire Mount Kenya region is sorted. Let's hear about a dam in Meru. Let's hear about a dam in Tharaka County. Let's hear about mega dam for irrigation and domestic water use in Embu, Bere County.
Fair enough, Honorable Ruku. But from where I sit, these are, you have the presidents here. I mean, these are concerns that you can address directly to the president. Does it really, have to see you guys appoint someone who can speak on your behalf, who can link you to the president when the president can, you can decide to go and see the president as legislators from that particular region to address these key issues? Because from what is seen, from the perspective that Kenyans do have, it is seen as a move to, age out the deputy president from being the spokesperson of the Mount Kenya region.
I don't sit in cabinet. There's no member of parliament who sits in cabinet. Decisions on resources allocation are done at cabinet level. That is where even the finance bill or the budget emanates from. Then it is brought to parliament for us to scrutinize. Even supplementary budgets are done now and then in parliament. So we need a critical link sitting in cabinet where our issues of resources allocation can be firmly dealt with moving forward. So and if our region is not fully resourced moving forward, we will chart a different political direction.
So you're saying because you need to be represented in cabinet and someone who can speak, someone who's in cabinet, the key decision making organ.
We have been having
fair enough.
We have been having cabinet members, but they have never been fully authorized by the people's representative. Does that your agenda number one is resources allocations.
Does it mean
we don't need to know anything else? We just need to know every financial year how much money are we getting as a region.
Honorable member, does it mean each and every region that feels like their issues have not been addressed, addressed, they have to try and push someone who's in cabinet so that the issues can be addressed?
Forgetting your name. What's your name?
Keitani.
Keitani.
Yes.
The thing is, we as the leadership of Mount Kenya East, we made a decision. Moving forward is about resource allocation, and that is politics.
Okay.
Politics is the allocation of resources authoritatively. As a region, we have come of age, we have numbers, we have taken the title deed of Mount Kenya East.
Okay.
And we are happy that Kenyaga County and Isiolo County has come on board.
Okay, fair enough.
We will ensure we are getting resources allocated to a region authoritatively.
Okay, fair enough.
The last point is our brothers from the West.
30 seconds. Yes.
They also sat down and they agreed also their region from 2 years. They have not been able to get proper resource allocations. And they, for the first time, they agreed with us from the East that also they need the same ring we have to represent their issues in the cabinet.
I'll come back. I'll come back to you in regards to that.
So the region now is united.
I'll come back to you in regards to that.
48 plus 21, that's 69.
Okay, I'll come back to you in regards to that. Honorable Karobe, I can see you smiling. I mean, do you support the sentiments of Honorable Ruku in regards to, now the 69 MPs fronting Kindiki as their spokesperson?
Yes, I agree with Mheshimiwa Ruku. I have to say this. You see, and I will quote just like Mheshimiwa Ruku said about Morgenthau. There was an ancient philosopher called Plato, and he said that societies should be led by philosopher kings or people who are learned. I think any progressive society should be led by its sharpest of minds. And Professor Kithure Kindiki represents the sharpness of mind that we want in our country and also in our region. For the longest time, in the last I want to say 15 years, in our region we have had a degradation of the caliber of leaders that we would want in our country or in our region.
Correct. Where
you have leaders whose only claim to power and political position is just celebrity status and popularity. We want leaders who can offer a different value to our people in the region, more like what Kibaki was doing. Be very objective, listen to people, listen to leaders, call them, get to listen to what their issues are, because we are not here to be praised as a people. We are here to serve our people. And from where I sit, and having observed what Professor Kithure Kindiki is doing, I think he represents the kind of leadership that we want for our region and also our country. I've seen him sort out the issues of security in the North Rift. You just quoted that I was in E10 last week. And indeed, that area is now settling in terms of peace and in terms of restoration of economic activity. These are some of the issues, or these are some of the achievements that Professor Kithure Kindiki has done. And these are things that we need to point out. As a region, we don't want just to be said, this is Mutuetu. We want to be saying, we need Mutuetu, and this is what he can offer to the country.
Are you saying the DP is not in a position or is not fit enough to be the person you're describing?
You see, I can only speak of somebody that I have seen him sort out a challenge. And I've seen, when this government was coming into power, we had security issues. Both in Lamu, in the North Rift, we had terrorist attacks in our country. The last time I saw media speak of terrorist attacks, I don't know when that was. And we have to speak about what leaders are doing. You just mentioned about the deputy president. He has his assignments around tea, coffee, price of milk. Yeah. What is the scorecard on all those issues? Vis-a-vis, Professor Kithure Kindiki has an assignment on security issues of our country. What is the scorecard? So, and I always say 2027, we will not come and start saying about Unimtuetu or this is this what this person can do for us. We, as leaders, we need to be skilled or weighed on the platform of what is a scorecard of what we have done already with the existing positions that we have. And I think from where I sit, I want to join the 69 MPs, even from my East African level, that Professor Kithure Kindiki represents the sharpness of mind that we as Mount Kenya people want and can present on the national platform for consideration by other Kenyans.
Now, before I engage Zach, just one question, yes or no? Are you saying the deputy president has failed to meet the expectations of the people of Mount Kenya region?
In short, I'm saying,
in terms of addressing their concerns?
In short, what I'm saying is, given the 5 million voters of Mount Kenya, the best brain that we have, and we can present to other regions of Kenya for consideration now and in the future for political leadership is Professor Kithure Kindiki.
Mr. Zach Kinuthia, is Gachagwa's goose cooked already?
Let me first of all clarify that to my brother Karobia, that Mount Kenya has many bright suns, okay? And the bright suns must not always be considered in the view of those who are in government, okay? We have very sharp people, from Meru to the Rakanithi to Embu to Kirinyaga all the way to Nakuru. Very bright sons and daughters. So Kindiki is among them, okay? So it's not the only, it's important to clarify, because we have very good sons and daughters. Deputy President's goose, and I think goose is a bird, isn't it? Deputy President's goose is not cooked. He cooked it himself. Who cooked it? Except himself. He cooked his own goose, yet he doesn't want to eat it. How do you help such a person? He said he wanted meat. You gave him the goose. He has cooked it himself. Now he's complaining. He cooked this goose himself. And let me caution my brother from the east. The people who do not know where they are coming from may not be able to predict where they are going. There is a reason why Meru people and the Raka, Chuka, Mbere people, Embu and the Gikuyu mainstream are stuck together. There is a reason. They are not together because they love each other unto death. We are together for a unity of purpose. And we have been tried to, rather, there has been several attempts to divide the mountain into two. The mountain as a political concept, because the mountain is not a socio-cultural context. The mountain as a political context rests under interwoven relations of marriage, of trade, of culture, and of history. When the colonial government wanted to divide Kenya, they gave people from that region a kipande that was written Kikuyu, another was written Embu, another was written Meru. In the end, they gave them a game, G-E-M, Gema. These are people who come from that region. We have been bound together by pain. We have been bound together by suffering. We have been bound together by common goal to struggle for a nation so that we can unshackle it from the colonial chains. Okay. And that is how we won. That is how we went to the mountain. People from Meru and Embu and Nyeri and Kiambu and Muranga entered the forest, Meru forest, Mount Kenya forest, and then we entered into Abadeas, and there was nothing like Mount Kenya East there. There was nothing like saying, we want Mate, Bernard Mate. There were never things like we want Jeremiah Nyaga. There are people, if they had seen things that way, Kenyatta would not have become the Prime Minister and the President indeed. Okay. So this is what I want to say. The failures of Rigathi Gachagua, the iniquities of Gachagua, which are many and irredeemable, must not lead us into a trap of splitting a mountain. Let me ask this. So, does Kindiki want to inherit a split mountain? If they split the mountain, my brother Karobia and I come from the west. So if the mountain starts best to be represented by Professor Abraham Kindiki, son of Kithure, I cannot follow him. If the mountain is split, they will have excluded me as a Westerner. So how do they allow me to come and support you? How can I support Kindiki? And I want to Eastern, the MPs who met in Isaac Walton, to answer me. How do you welcome me, yet you have condemned me? How do you welcome me to support one of the scion of Mount Kenya East? I like Professor Kindiki as a lawyer. Actually, he was a teacher of law, and I have a student of law. So he's my teacher and master to that extent as an intellect. But now, if you say that his greatest punchline is that he's an Easterner who must come and reconquer the Western, that has for years been exploiting us, has for years been reallocating our resources, that have not been appreciating us. It is our time. There was an MP from Tigania who was speaking nonsense. Actually, he spoke so much verbiage, he should go to jail. Actually, I would suggest on national TV that his wife should divorce him. Because the things he's speaking cannot represent an elected member of parliament who has a wife and daughters and sons. Mount Kenya cannot be relegated into blocks. That one, Geoffrey Ruku, must go and fight. That we must unite the mountain. Our problem is one person. It's not even Nyeri. No, Nyeri has no problem. Our problem in the mountain, and which is a problem now in this government, is one person
Who is?
Joyfrey Richard Rigathi Gachagua.
Now, let me
He
ask
is a
you-
problem.
let me ask you-
Now, because of that problem, you cannot wash the child, and because you didn't like the dirty water, throw the water with the child.
Where did the rain start beating him?
Because the guy has an assignment. He has mentioned he has an assignment which he did not work to. He has been fighting these people. Every leader in the mountain who seems to be speaking independently is his enemy. He has been going to the president to kuwashtaki. Oh, why are you meeting Ruko? Oh, why are you meeting this? Oh, why? Kwani am I the senior? They must come through me. If you want this mountain, I can. So the president, the deputy president has been fighting his own leaders, has been fighting his own development agenda. And secondly, he has started playing victim. When he plays victim, he is in Meru, he's crying. He's in Embu, he's crying. He's in Tharaka-Nithi, he's crying. He's in Nyandarua, he's crying. He's in Nakuru, crying. He's in Muranga, crying. Now the masses are asking, who is beating you because you can see the tears? No, I can see darkness ahead.
Fair enough. Honorable Ruko, I want to come to you because whatever Gachagua is facing at the moment is a situation that many Kenyans liken it to whatever President William Ruto faced when he was the deputy to former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, from where you sit, to begin with, Honorable Karobia talked about the DP and Zach as well, the DP focusing on matters coffee, the prices of milk. And from what I get from Honorable Karobia's submissions, those issues have not been fully addressed. In a different forum, you said, Honorable Ruku, that he's doing well. What is the state of affairs on the ground in terms of coffee and milk, especially with Mount Kenya region being known for coffee production?
And tea.
I think the Deputy President has been very concerned about kingship. Who is the kingpin of the mountain? And we have decided as elected leaders, let him pursue the kingship. We were not sent to Parliament by the people of Mount Kenya region to pursue kingship. We were sent to Parliament by the people of Mount Kenya region to ensure our roads are fixed, water connection is done, electricity in the household is connected, our agriculture is proper, tea is proper, education is proper, health, all these things are the ones which we were sent by our people to go and get solution for. So there is no public forum which we have had the Deputy President concentrating much, explaining the government programs on what is him and his government, because he's a very senior government official, is trying to do. We have seen at the moment the person who is going out there beyond the core of duty to explain to Kenyans what the government is doing is the President. The President is organizing town hall meetings that after a very busy schedule of meeting a public tour, for instance, when the President went to Mombasa, after a long day, working day, in the evening is in a town hall explaining the program, answering questions to Kenyans. The same case he did in Western. I think these are things his principal assistant should be doing. And his principal assistant has decided not to be doing these kind of things. Okay. He's busy trying to see issues of kingship. And you said it is good. Okay. That's fine. Please proceed and concentrate on kingship issues. We elected by people, let's try and look on how we can fulfill the promises which we made, the manifesto which we sold to the people of Mountain. And that's why we have said, because whoever is supposed to be doing exactly that, he has abandoned his responsibility to kingship. Then let's now get another link which can help to ensure we have roads, we have water, we have education, we have hospitals, we have irrigation projects, we have our dams, and we have unanimously said that link is Professor Kithure Kindiki.
Thank you.
The other principal assistant, let him proceed with kingship.
Okay, thank you very much. On that note, let's just take a brief breath and then we'll be back to talk about what next for Gachagua and you know, because there have been talks of the deputy president or plans to impeach the deputy president, but those particular claims have so far quelled, because those are claims that started being rumors that started, making rounds as early as June. But as it stands, that particular rumor has been quelled. But there seems to be disquiet because the DP yesterday missed a function that the president attended in his own backyard. That will be after this short break. Don't go away.
The biggest reggae and rhythm show ever on Kenyan television. You have a ganja man and you wanna